What if I told you most marketers are still creating blog posts hoping to rank on page 1 of Google, and they're making a massive mistake? Smart marketers are already mastering the content formats that AI search models already prefer, and they're generating over 3x more qualified leads because of it. I'll explain more in this video. Hi there, I'm Jason Patel, the co-founder and CEO of Open4j AI, and we help your business get noticed by ChatGPT and other AI search engines. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You'll get the latest tips, strategies, and guides on how to increase your AI brand visibility and 10x your marketing in the age of AI. Let's get started. So let's first talk about something that's completely fundamentally changing how businesses like yours generate leads through content. Now, AI models don't browse websites like humans do. They need structured, scannable, quotable information that they can easily extract and synthesize for their responses. That's the general idea. The problem is that most businesses are still creating content for human browsing patterns, not AI consumption. They're writing 800-word blog posts with fluffy introductions and conclusions when AI models are looking for specific content patterns that provide immediate, actionable value. Now, here's what most marketers don't quite understand yet. Content format now determines whether you get quoted, referenced, or completely ignored by AI models. That's the starting point. And since AI search models drive higher intent prospects who are further along in their buying journey, the businesses that nail these formats are seeing dramatic increases in qualified pipeline by up to 30%. So think about it. When someone asks ChatGPT, what's the best project management software for a 15-person marketing agency, they're not looking for a list of 10 options to research. They want a specific recommendation with clear reasoning. If your content provides that structured, comparative information, you become the source of the AI references. At the very least, you have a fighting chance to show up when the AI creates its content for the user. So if your content is generic and promotional, you're going to be invisible, guaranteed. The winners understand that AI models are essentially looking for expert knowledge packaged in formats that make it easy to extract and share. Traditional blog posts were designed to keep people on your website. AI-optimized content is designed to make you the authoritative source that AI models trust and reference. This shift is creating a massive opportunity for marketers that adapt quickly. Really, it's 5 to 10% of marketers who are doing it right, probably less. So while competitors are still chasing Google rankings with outdated content strategies, you could dominate the AI search landscape by mastering the 5 content formats I'm going to tell you about. AI search engines actually prefer and recommend these content formats, and if they don't right now, they will in the future. Let's start with the most powerful format for driving qualified pipeline: comprehensive comparison frameworks. AI models absolutely love comparison content because users constantly ask them to compare options and make recommendations. When someone asks ChatGPT, what's the best CRM for small businesses, the AI needs structured comparative information to provide a helpful response. Generic product descriptions don't work. Millions of websites already have them, so again, they won't work. But detailed comparison frameworks that honestly evaluate multiple options, those have a fighting chance to get quoted and referenced constantly. So here's how to create comparison content that AI models can ignore. First, develop detailed comparison tables with specific measurable criteria. So don't just list features. Include metrics like implementation time, learning curve difficulty, integration capabilities, and pricing structures across different use cases. Second, be honest about where you excel and where you don't. AI models are increasingly sophisticated at detecting biased or overtly promotional content. They favor sources that provide balanced and objective information. This means acknowledging when competitors have advantages while clearly articulating your unique strengths. It's okay to be honest. In fact, you should be honest. That gives a higher signal for AI search engines to cite you. Next, include specific use case scenarios. Instead of creating generic comparisons, develop frameworks for different situations. Best project management software for creative agencies versus best project management software for construction companies versus best project management software for software development teams. All of these articles, these content pieces will be completely different. And so the magic happens when you create comparison content like email marketing platforms, feature-by-feature analysis for e-commerce versus B2B companies, or CRM systems, complete decision framework for sales teams under 50 people. This level of specificity makes your content incredibly valuable to AI models because they provide precise recommendations based on user context. From a pipeline perspective, comparison content is gold because it captures users in the evaluation phase. That means they're already deeper down in figuring out what they want to purchase. They're not just tire kicking. They're already comparing options, which means they're ready to make decisions. And when AI models reference your comparison frameworks, you're positioned as the authoritative source helping guide that decision. And again, you're not going to be cited everywhere, but if you get cited just 1% of the time in front of the right buyers, that's enough revenue to make a difference. The key is creating comparison content that's genuinely helpful than promotional. Just throw promotional out the window now. So include competitor strengths, be honest about that. Provide honest assessments and focus on helping users make the best decision for their specific situation. And this approach builds trust with both AI models and potential customers. Format number 2, detailed FAQs. So the second format that dominates AI search is a comprehensive FAQ ecosystem. So I'm not talking about just basic FAQ sections that are generic with 5 generic questions. I'm talking about deep, detailed FAQ libraries that address every possible customer question across different personas and buying stages. Traditional FAQs answer questions like, what is your product and how much does it cost? AI-optimized FAQs address specific scenarios like, how do small businesses handle expense tracking when they have remote employees working in Asian countries? Or what's the integration process for connecting marketing automation software with existing CRM systems that have custom fields? See how specific this gets? The reason AI models love detailed FAQ content is that users frequently ask very specific contextual questions. They don't just want to know what something costs. They want to know what it costs for their specific situation with their specific requirements for their specific use case in their specific industry. Start by mapping every possible customer question across the entire buying journey. Include technical specs, implementation details, troubleshooting, guidance, and integration requirements. Address pricing scenarios, compliance questions, and performance expectations. But here's where most businesses stop too early. You need to create FAQ clusters around different customer personas. So develop separate FAQ sections for different industries, company sizes, and use cases. A small e-commerce business has completely different questions and needs than an enterprise manufacturing company, even if they're evaluating the same type of software. Again, their journeys are different. So structure your FAQ content for AI consumption by using clear, direct question and answer formats. Provide complete answers that don't require additional context. Include relevant data, metrics, and examples within the answers themselves, and make each answer quotable and self-contained. Examples of FAQ content that generate pipeline include enterprise software implementation, 47 questions IT directors actually ask, or marketing automation for e-commerce, complete FAQ for different business models. This level of depth positions you as the expert source for detailed information. And the pipeline impact will be significant. Again, you don't have to show up everywhere, you just have to show up in the right places. Because FAQ content captures long-tail, high-intent searches, users asking detailed specific questions are usually ready to evaluate solutions and purchase later. Comprehensive FAQs also reduce sales cycle length because prospects arrive with most of their initial questions already answered. All right, format number 3 that works, step-by-step implementation guides. Now, the third format that AI models consistently reference is detailed implementation guides. AI excels at providing procedural information, and users frequently ask how-to questions that require step-by-step guidance. Makes sense. Implementation guides work because they demonstrate expertise while providing immediate value. When you share your methodology transparently, you build trust and position yourself as the authority in your space. AI models recognize this expertise and reference your guides when users need procedural information. Create implementation guides using a complete framework approach, so be consistent every time. Break complex processes into clear, numbered steps. Include prerequisites, required tools, time estimates, and skill level requirements. Provide troubleshooting guidance for common issues and include success metrics to help users validate their progress. The key is making sure each step is actionable and specific. So instead of saying optimize your email campaigns, which is super generic, provide detailed guidance like analyze your email performance data over the past 90 days and then identify the 20% of campaigns with the highest engagement rates. Then extract the common elements in subject lines, send times, and content structure, and then create templates based on these high-performing patterns. Types of implementation guides that generate pipeline include setup and onboarding processes for your industry category, best practices for achieving specific outcomes, integration guides, as I mentioned before, for common software combinations, and then optimization processes for improving performance. But remember, be specific. So examples include complete customer onboarding process, 12-week implementation guide for SaaS companies under 12 people, or sales team optimization, 30-day process for doubling conversion rates in B2B services. Structure implementation content with numbered lists, clear headings, and specific details about tools, metrics, and timeframes, and include examples and case study references if you have them where possible. And make the content comprehensive enough that someone could follow the process step by step and solve their entire use case. They'll be loyal to you. Customers are amazing that way. If you help them without needing additional resources, they will come back to you and purchase. From a pipeline perspective, implementation guides capture users who are ready to take action. They demonstrate your expertise and methodology while building trust through transparent process sharing. This positions you perfectly to generate leads from users seeking implementation support or consulting services. Now let's go to content format number 4, industry-specific resource collections. So the fourth format that wins in AI search is comprehensive industry-specific resource guides or collections. So AI search models provide much more relevant recommendations when content addresses specific industries rather than just generic business challenges. Again, you're getting the theme of specificity here. Generic advice gets lost in the noise. AI search will just summarize your content or summarize any piece of content without giving anyone credit. Whereas industry-specific guidance gets quoted and referenced because it demonstrates deep understanding of particular business environments, regulations, and challenges. When someone asks an AI about marketing strategies for healthcare companies, AI models prioritize content that specifically addresses healthcare marketing rather than general marketing advice. So create complete resource libraries for specific industries that include templates, checklists, calculators, frameworks, and best practices. Address industry-specific regulations, compliance requirements, common challenges, and unique opportunities, and then provide benchmarks and performance standards that are relevant to each vertical. The resource types that AI models frequently reference include industry benchmarking reports with specific metrics, compliance requirements and then regulatory guidance, template libraries for common industry processes, and ROI calculators designed for specific business models. So examples of effective industry collections include healthcare marketing, complete compliance and strategy resource library, or SaaS startup marketing, templates, benchmarks, and growth frameworks for different funding stages, or even manufacturing digital transformation, implementation resources, and case studies for factories and OEMs. Now develop these collections with both gated and ungated versions. Provide significant value through free resources while capturing contact information for premium templates and tools. Premium, now really premium gated content works well. Include interactive elements like calculators and assessment tools that provide personalized value. Now the key here is demonstrating genuine expertise in specific industries rather than trying to be everything to everyone. Deep vertical knowledge builds more trust and generates higher quality leads than broad service level content. And again, from a pipeline perspective, industry-specific content generates much higher quality leads because prospects see immediate relevance to their specific challenges. They appreciate guidance that understands their regulatory environment, competitive landscape, and of course, operational constraints, efficiencies, and etc. And this approach also allows you to command premium pricing because you're positioned as a specialist rather than a generalist. People pay more for specialists. Think about doctors. Industry expertise translates directly into higher value client relationships and shorter sales cycles. When people really want to work with you, they will pay good money and close quickly. Okay, format number 5, interactive data and assessment tools. So the fifth format that will dominate AI search is interactive tools and assessment resources. While AI models can't directly interact with these tools, they can describe and recommend them, which generates high-quality leads through value exchange. Interactive content works because it provides personalized value while demonstrating your methodology and expertise. For example, when you create calculators, assessment tools, or diagnostic resources, you're giving prospects just a taste of your analytical approach while capturing valuable lead information. It's like you're giving them a sneak peek of your company and your product. The types of interactive content that AI models will reference include ROI calculators, which are already popular, that show value from your solutions, assessment tools that diagnose problems or opportunities, and comparison tools that help users evaluate different options. You can also try planning tools that guide strategic decisions. Create interactive content with detailed descriptions of what the tools calculate or assess. Include methodology explanations and underlying assumptions so AI models can accurately describe the tool's value and function. Provide supporting content that explains how to interpret tool outputs and apply the insights. So examples of effective interactive tools include marketing ROI calculator, measure campaign performance across 12 channels with industry benchmarks, or sales team assessment, identify performance gaps and improvement opportunities using 50 key metrics, or even website conversion optimization audit, a 50-point diagnostic tool with prioritized action plans for SaaS companies. The technical implementation requires comprehensive landing pages that describe tool functionality in detail, include example outputs and use case scenarios so AI models understand when to recommend your tools. Yet again, the theme of specificity arises. Provide supporting documentation and interpretation guides that help users maximize value from the tool result. And from a pipeline generation perspective, interactive tools are extremely effective because they capture contact information, like email or LinkedIn profiles, through genuine value exchange. You know when someone gives you their email, they really want to know what you're all about. And at the very least, they're exploring. And tool usage indicates buying intent to some degree and provides insights into specific prospect needs. And then do your follow-up sequences, which can be highly personalized based on tool inputs and results. Interactive content also qualifies prospects automatically. Someone who completes a comprehensive assessment or uses a detailed calculator is demonstrating serious interest to some degree and investment in solving their problem. It means they just might be ready to spend very soon. These leads typically convert at much higher rates than traditional content downloads. Okay, so before I wrap up, let me share the most common mistakes I see marketers make when implementing these content formats, along with the best practices I also see that maximize their impact. I've worked with a bunch of companies, and we serve a bunch of companies right now, so these are real use cases I'm talking about. Now, the biggest mistake is creating surface-level content that lacks the depth and specificity AI search models need to provide valuable recommendations. If your content is broad and generic, the AI is just going to summarize a whole bunch of content sources and never mention you and never link back to you. If your comparison chart only lists basic features, for example, and you don't have context, or your FAQ section addresses just generic questions, the AI search models are going to ignore you in favor of more comprehensive sources. The AI search models want users coming back to them, so why would they pick and surface a generic piece of content? In that vein, another major mistake is focusing on promotional messaging instead of genuinely helpful information. AI search models are increasingly sophisticated at detecting biased content. They favor sources that provide balanced, objective guidance over obviously biased and promotional material. And many businesses also forget that these content formats require regular updates and maintenance, which is a pain in the butt, but it's worth it. Outdated comparison information or FAQ sections with incorrect details will hurt your credibility with the AI and worse, with your buyers. So set up regular review cycles to ensure accuracy as you grow your content team. And best practices for maximum impact include prioritizing comprehensive, authoritative content over quick creation. It's better to create one detailed, well-researched piece of information than 5 shallow ones. And when you're getting specific, include data, metrics, and examples throughout your content to provide the concrete information AI search models need. And of course, create content that serves different users at different stages of the buying journey. Your FAQ section should address awareness stage questions as well as evaluation and decision stage concerns, especially the evaluation and decision stage concerns. Your comparison framework should help users understand the category as well as evaluate specific options. And be honest about you versus your competitors. It's okay to say that a competitor is better at something. That honesty will earn you credential with your customers. Anyway, I know that was a lot, so that's it for this video. I hope I cleared things up and helped you out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'm Jason Patel of Open4j AI, and we help your business get seen by ChatGPT and other AI search engines. I'll see you in the next video.